Hey, what's going on, Moneymakers? It's your boy, Alton Arbel, your favorite side hustle guy here on this platform. Today, we're going to be talking about how part-time work, how medical couriers are earning $2,000 to $6,000 per month, simply delivering medical supplies and items between healthcare facilities right out of their personal cars. But we're going to talk about that today. If you're looking for a side hustle that's more stable than doing the rideshares, the Ubers, the DoorDashes, the Lyfts, the Instacart, if you want more stability and more income than that, then I think this is going to be one of the most overlooked opportunities that's out there. In this video, we're going to explain what a medical courier is, what it actually does, what you really need to start. Do you need an LLC is a question that comes up a lot. We'll talk about how to get routes, and we'll give some realistic income expectations in this video. But I want you to stay to the end because we're going to give you sort of a shortcut, step-by-step option if this is something that you want to do. So stay tuned for that. But first, I kind of want to real quickly talk about what it is to be a medical courier. If this is your first time seeing anybody talk about this, if this is your first time here on the channel, as a medical courier, we transport medical supplies, lab specimens, sometimes machinery, anything that has to do with the medical field. I've actually done a contract where we deliver bed linen to nursing homes and emergency departments that have beds. We go to a laundry facility and we transport those to and from those facilities. So that's what it is, delivering anything that has to do with the medical industry or field, and you're delivering those things right out of your personal car. These deliveries are business to business. So these aren't your random Uber and all that stuff. It's not like that. These are business to business. Even if you don't have a business, what's happening is we're contracting with a third-party business that gives us these opportunities. So it's still technically business to business. You know, healthcare operates 24/7, constantly. So this creates a very great opportunity for us as independent contractors. Many of these routes, they're going to happen early in the morning. Some of them are midday or in the evening. 24/7, you can truly carve out this opportunity and do this when you want and when you don't want to do it. That's one of the beautiful things about it. This flexibility is what makes it work really well as a side hustle, because you can truly carve out your own schedule. A lot of part-time drivers, like I said, are making $2,000 to $6,000 per month, depending on what routes they have. When I first started doing this, I don't like to use my anecdotal experience as kind of what your experience will be, but I started doing this during COVID, and it was nothing back then to make $900 a day delivering vaccines and that sort of thing, because we were in a different environment. But there's still a lot of opportunity today. And I will mention this before we kind of get started. I know I said I'd give a resource for people who are interested in doing this. I'm going to leave this link in the description. We have a medical courier startup bundle for you if you want to kind of a quick start. I call it the elevator as opposed to taking the stairs, where we give you everything you need, everything that we're going to be talking about today. You'll have access to your HIPAA, your bloodborne pathogen certification. You'll have access to a list of 75 apps and websites, everything you need, 2.5-hour master classes in there, everything you need will be bundled up in this bundle. Like I said, I'll leave that link in the description. And there's actually a discount for you applied through that link. All right, I want to get right into this. First thing I want to start with is I want to clear up a misconception, because I get this question a lot. They say, well, Alton, don't I have to have some sort of LLC to get started? Don't I have to have a business to get started? You don't. I'm just going to get that cleared up right out the gate. You can do this under a business or an LLC or an incorporation, but you don't have to. It's a choice. It's up to you for your tax situation, for whatever you've got going on. If it works best for you to keep things separate, then yes, do it. I myself have done this under a business, but you don't have to. I want to make that clear. At the basic level, you only need a few things to be eligible to do this. You need to be 18 years of age. You need to have a valid driver's license, and you have to have access to a registered vehicle. Now, the vehicle can be your wife's or your husband's. You just need to be on the insurance for that vehicle. That's the only requirements. That's enough to get started as a medical courier. That's enough to get started and achieve any income goal that you have or you have set up, right? Many people, if you don't do it initially, they later go on and do an LLC. So that it doesn't matter. You can switch it and do it later. Some of the benefits to doing it under an LLC is level of professionalism. It just looks more professional to do it that way. In some of the bigger contracts, you'll have to have an LLC, right? So entry level, when you come in, you don't need it. But when you want to scale up and you want some of the bigger contracts, the master contracts, you will need to have an LLC. That's the only way they'll do business with you. And then the liability protection, you know, if something happens, God forbid, and you have it under an LLC, you'll have that level of separation. But again, I want to make sure that you understand you don't have to have an LLC. So if you already have a reliable car, the startup costs are going to be really low. You're going to need insurance on the vehicle, but you're already paying for that anyway. You're going to need your HIPAA and your bloodborne pathogen certification to tap into these routes and contracts. HIPAA and bloodborne pathogen certification. Now, I told you the resource that's in the description, that includes those certifications. And then some very basic equipment. You'll need a cooler, $10. Right? You'll need a spill kit that you can get from Amazon, $12. You might want to invest in a dolly, a collapsible dolly, okay? $40 most tops for your equipment to do this. You really don't need those. And a lot of times the contracts that you get, they'll give you those. So a lot of people start this hustle for under $50. Right? Very easy to start. I want to kind of talk about some ways, transition into some ways that you can find these contracts and opportunities. The most common way in the way that you're going to do this in the beginning is you're going to start going through third-party brokers, right? These are third-party brokers. They go out and get the master contract throughout the country with the CVS, with the nursing home, with the Kaiser Permanentes or whatever, and you work with them. It's a perfectly viable option to get business. This is how I started. This is how many of you will start. Great way to start because they've already got the business. And again, the resource that we leave for you in the description actually gives you a list of 75 of these companies that you can contract with right away. But they already have the delivery routes, right? This is the fastest way to get started if you want to do this part-time. The second option is go directly to these facilities and labs. You can go directly to them. Now, this takes a little bit more experience, and I'm not discouraging anybody who wants to adopt this as a business model and wants to come in and do this right away. But it does take you'll have to speak the language. You'll have to understand. You'll have to have the infrastructure built out. And remember, we were talking about the LLC setup. You probably want to have that set up. It's going to be difficult to go into a clinic or lab without contact, without information, a website, without that structure. You're going to need payment structures. How do they pay you? Not impossible to do right out the gate, but this is kind of another way that you can do. I myself have adopted this where we've kind of gone and got some direct contracts with people. The money's obviously better because you eliminate the middleman, but it's a little more difficult to do in the beginning without the experience. So I always encourage people, start with the brokers, learn the business, meet the contacts and this and that, and then sort of branch off and then look to get your direct contracts, all right? Many of these facilities, they need backup drivers when their regular couriers are unavailable. So you could tap into that going directly and say, hey, who's your current courier service with? And then you can contract with them. I wanna switch and talk about some income expectations, right? And kind of how this works. So there's two ways that I get paid and that you'll get paid as a medical courier, doing work that I've done before in the past. There's only routes, and then there's what we call stat work. So a route is like it sounds. You're gonna have a route. You're gonna know exactly how much you're gonna get paid per week, how many stops you're gonna do. It's very dependable. You can bank on it. The other hand, we get contracts that are called stat deliveries, on-demand work. Now this is a setup where you don't know per day, per week, per month, how much you're gonna make. You just take the stuff that's available. This is gonna be closer to like in the Uber world, like Uber Eats and Uber, where you're waiting. You don't know what you're gonna make for the day. It could be a slow day, it could be a busy day. You don't know. These are really the only two ways that you get paid as a medical courier, with routes and with stat deliveries. So when people say, hey, can I carve out my own schedule? How much can I make? It just depends on what you do. If you have a route that takes all day, then you're kind of capped by that route because it's taking your time and you're gonna make that $800, $900, and that's it. But if you do a route and some stat deliveries or just stat deliveries, then maybe you can increase that ceiling on your income potential. So those are the only two ways that you're gonna get paid, and you can see how that would fit into what you're gonna make, okay? One or two good routes could just be life-changing money, okay? So again, we give you some companies that you can contract with in the Medical Courier Startup Bundle. That link is in the description. So you'll be able to tap into some great companies that I've used over the 5 years. It includes everything you need. I want to real quick talk about some of the things that hold people back from getting into this in the beginning. And the big one is overcomplicating the startup. Just making this way more complex than it really has to be. On its face, it's really simple. You're delivering things out of your car, and we contract with these third-party companies that we talk about, and that's it. I get so many people that I talk to, and they're overthinking it. They're saying, well, I'm gonna get a PO box and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get an email. I'm gonna do this and do that. And before you know it, look up 3, 4, 5 weeks have passed. This is an opportunity where you just have to seize it. You just have to understand what it is and start applying. I encourage people to apply to as many of these companies as you can in the beginning, because that's gonna increase the chances or likelihood that you're gonna get a call back. It's that simple. Don't overcomplicate this. So that's kind of one of the the first things that I noticed that you just overcomplicate it. Insurance. People overthink the insurance piece too. Well, do I have to call my insurance carrier? Do I have to let them know? Do I have to up my rates? You're gonna keep the same insurance that you have, okay? You're not gonna get any different insurance. You're gonna keep your Progressive, your Geico in the very beginning. Keep that same insurance. Now, you may have to adjust your coverages when you apply for a specific contract or route. They're gonna let you know. They're gonna tell you, hey, we need at least 100, 350 in terms of the liability. Then you'll switch it at that time, but don't be concerned with that until that time comes. Another thing that people do is they don't negotiate their routes. They underprice or they don't allow for negotiating the routes. Don't be afraid to negotiate these things. I'm telling you, you're dealing with a third-party broker most of the time. They're not that they're undercutting you, but there is opportunity and room for you to ask for more. Don't be afraid. Just like anything else, they say the worst thing they can say is no, but you have to try. A lot of times I see people that get into this and they get a contract, they're so excited. They say, hey man, I got a contract for $800. Then they come to find out it's a lot of driving relative to the amount of pay that they're giving. So I always encourage you, try to ask for 1,000. Say, hey, look, I love to do this route, but the way gas prices are and the way things are going, $1,000 would allow me to really do this on time and efficiently and bring my level of professionalism. But don't be afraid to negotiate these contracts, okay? Another mistake that I see people make is not presenting themselves professionally. Take this job professionally. It's not a job. I don't like to use the word job. Make these contracts and make yourself presentable, okay? I can't tell you how many times I've gotten more opportunities just because of the way that I feel like I presented myself, the way I approach relationships. That's one of the mistakes I see that people make. This is not, or it shouldn't be, a flip-flops and cut off shorts type of situation. You could get away with that, but I always say present yourself professionally and you'll go pretty far in this. So I really want to emphasize that point. Make sure that you approach this as professional as you can. Even if this is a side hustle for you, I still want you to do that, okay? Reliability wins in this industry. Consistency and reliability, and you'll go far doing this. These companies, they value punctuality and stuff like that. So that's it. I don't want to make this video too long. Hopefully somebody got something out of this video. This is truly something that you can do. Like I said, if you're 18, you have an active license and a registered vehicle, you can do this. This is simple. It's a great hustle. It's one of the most overlooked things, I think, when people are talking about things that you can do relatively easily. Of course, people do the Ubers and the DoorDash and the Lyft and all that stuff. This is overlooked. A lot of you will kind of look at this, watch this video. You won't take action, but hopefully some of you do. Again, tap into the resource that's in the description. Wonderful resource to get you certified, to give you an access to all of the companies that are hiring. And this is all across the country. It's a national list. Okay, so I'll leave it there. Stay tuned and watch the next video because we're going to start talking about specifically insurance. We're going to talk more about how to get these contracts. So make sure that you follow, hit the notification button so that you're notified for future videos. But I'm Alton Orrell. I'll see you in the next video. All right.